Hello, Fightful Faithful. Welcome to another episode of Sour Graps. I'm your host, Alex Pulowski. I'm sick. With me, as always, is Kate. Kate, it's Tuesday.
Kate. It's Tuesday, Alex. It's not only Tuesday, it's April 11th.
Yeah.
This is your Fightful NXT Sour Graps review for April 11th. Get in your super chats, get in your humper chats. Please send us money. Alex desperately needs to refill his cough drop supply.
Mm-hmm. True.
He's sick. His whole house has been on a cycle of being sick for months, the poor feller. But I think it's this insane weather. I think it already feels like it's almost spring break, Alex. I feel like it feels like it's spring freaking. Get in your super chats, get in your humper chats. Support us at twitch.tv/FightfulGaming. And heck, if you can't support us monetarily, leave a thumbs up on this video. It helps people find us in the algorithms, which is super helpful. It makes us look really good. So please help us
out. Yeah, weather puns, season puns, specifically spring puns. I mean, sure.
Spring puns.
Why not? Well, this will be designed to be one of the shorter episodes, simply because I can't make it through the whole thing.
If we could go pun heavy and not jukebox heavy tonight, that would save Alex's vocal cords.
Yeah, mostly Tiffany Stratton stuff.
Toodles. She got a new shirt, Alex.
She's got a new shirt, and on the back it says Toodles, and well, on the back it says Toodles. I don't care what it says on the front. On the back it says Toodles, and I think she owes you a cut of every shirt that gets sold.
I think she does too, and I think she should sell those like early to mid 2000s velour tracksuits that used to say like juicy on the butt, and they should say Toodles on the butt.
Oh,
and I
nice.
should get a pair for free.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't want to ever see them because you see me.
So I because I was sick again last night. I guess I'm sick again tonight. I was sick for the first time this week last night. I missed some sour chats, and I promised I would read them at the kicking off the show, but and I will do that as soon as my Streamlabs loads, which it's not, and it will soon, I hope, because isn't it fun? Yeah, there you go, the real mustache coming back in. You love to see it, Dumb Rally. You love to see it. Love to see the mustache coming back in. So yeah, I got some of these Vicks Vapo Rub in a cough drop, which just feels like
that's just a Halls.
Yeah, well, but like super duper Halls. Like
nice.
I've used a Halls.
Hey, did you know they make like ones that you can snort?
I had not known of that. No.
There's like Vicks Vapor Rub things that you can sniff. They got little sniffers, which feels like a gateway drug to clear sinuses.
It does. It well. Yes, it certainly does. I was saying to Kate before we got on the air, it's unfair of them on a show where I'm sick to do so many things that I hate, because I'm not going to be able to yell about them for 20 minutes each. You know?
It's true, but I have a sore throat, but I think it's just because I did more podcasts in the past month than there were days. I found out today when I was getting my invoice ready.
Pretty crazy.
And my throat hurts. But I think I can rant. I think I can rant on your behalf. I'll try to do it my best Alex silence.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Last night, Jordan Cooper said, "Don't worry, they're setting up a future Miffed at My Mania slot triple threat of Lesnar versus Punk versus Jericho. Oh, and the reason behind Trish's heel turn is just the shrug emoji." And then he helpfully put in the shrug emoji. Feeling Dreepy said, "I liked Dom when he first debuted because I thought he would get even better with experience, but he's proven me wrong. Also, if they do a hair versus mask match, they will have Dom win, take the mask, and cut his hair because they don't know what they're doing." That is true. They don't know what they're doing, as evidenced by tonight. Shabugan says, on the plus side, it's good to see that Cody is exactly as infuriating as WWE as he was in AEW. It's a shame that it's for completely different reasons. True. Jambeard says, I'm glad I don't watch WWE TV anymore because a lot of this just sounds terrible. Also, I hope that after Otis joins Maximum Male Models, that down the line, the thing that makes him leave is the group is them trying to get him to stop eating meat. That's pretty good.
That works.
Yeah. They teased us with over the weekend. There's going to be a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership till Carmelo Hayes' big time new title. And they showed us it's going to be Jordan Devlin, JD McDonagh, and Dragon Lee. And then vacancy getting in there twice into a fatal 4-way.
Good for vacant.
Yeah. But they had Carmelo come out, and they're really doing it, Kate. They're trying to get us to accept a false reality.
Yeah, Vince's stunner was fine at WrestleMania last year. Mm-hmm. This year at Stand to Deliver,
yeah.
Carmelo was just the better man. He wasn't clean. There were no ref bumps. Mm-hmm. Carmelo Hayes did not interfere.
Nope.
And it was about respect, right?
Right. Yeah, it was about all respect. All about
That's
respect.
what happened.
That's what happened. That's what it is.
Alex.
It felt weird at the time to not just put Carmelo over Braun clean, because that's the best story. Sure. A guy who always needs help from his lackey to win him matches. But now that you're going to be pushing him as more of a babyface, you have him win the title clean. That's a very clean story. And Braun losing the title clean, if he gets pissy about that, then he is a sore loser. But if you're going to have trifling ass, cheating ass Trick Williams come and hit him in the back with a title belt, and then do a heel turn based around him being a sore loser, well, yeah, he's a sore loser. He got cheated out of his title. And the way that they're getting around it is just by never admitting that that's what happened during the match. And I hate being lied to by the WWE. I hate it. I saw it. Everyone who watched it saw it happen. Just because you are refusing to acknowledge that that's what happened doesn't mean it didn't happen. It happened. I saw it happen, and you can't retcon a fact. You can't do it. I'm so angry about it.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It's a bad booking decision. I think it opens the door to a couple of things. One, what do they do with Trick Williams with Carmelo as a babyface? They have no idea. So they want him still involved in this finish. Or B, like, you're right in that it's just like Braun Breaker's kind of right. Like, he should be pissed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a silly way to go about it. It also takes the sting out of any sort of feud that they were going to build off of.
Well, it doesn't matter, because Braun doesn't have any interest in getting his title back, which is always a plus.
Well, he has enough interest to be in the main event tonight.
No, Braun Breaker wasn't in the main event.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He just should have been. That's right. I was just like, why isn't he in the main event? Julie Cutler with a really good point here, that it may seem like that all men are created equal, but if you take a look at me and you take a look at Vacant, that's Vacant math. The Vacant math promo. Vacant math is how I was in high school. No, that's right. He was not in the main event. I just the whole time was like, why isn't he in the main event? Because that would have made sense for the story as well. If he didn't win, he could lose his mind, but no.
Yeah.
It's called Spring Break-a-kin, for goodness sakes. Should be in the title match.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense.
You could have him trying to get his title shot back and just not win. Like, it's such a easy, obvious story.
Carmelo Hayes offers Braun Breaker the final slot in the 4-way. I say final because we're about to see who the third guy is. But he's interrupted by Dragon Lee, who just I want to face the best, and you're the best. And JD McDonagh comes out and says, "Nobody here can do what I can do." And it's just the same basic generic promo. Thank God he's not regaling us with the statistics of how many people have died by eating popcorn. But it is basically it's a cut and paste promo for him, which is nobody here can do what I can do. It's basically what he says.
I was like, also, why wouldn't you have Ilya Dragunov be in this if JD McDonagh was?
No. He's got to beat Von Wagner tonight. Yeah.
Did he though?
Yeah. So anyway, then Grayson Waller shows up. Grayson Waller shows up and
off of what, Alex? A loss to Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, but it was an unsanctioned match, so it didn't count. Right? That's what they're saying. If you're listen, Grayson Waller has never been my cup of tea. He also blocked me because I mentioned that his pants were the same color as his body, so when he was wearing them, it looked like he was nude.
Which
so
was
he blocked
factual.
me. He blocked me. So he's got a very thin skin in reality. But he never been my cup of tea. But I could admit the guy can go in the ring. The problem with it is that you have to start booking him to win some high profile matches if you're going to keep giving him title shots, or shots at title shots. Like everyone in this match was coming off a loss, except for Duke Hudson. Actually, we'll get to that in a second. But he was gifted his slot. He wasn't supposed to be in it. Braun Breaker, who was also coming off a lot, was supposed to be in it. So
Duke Hudson was MVP, and so he was coming off a win because he was on the pre-show.
No, but he wasn't supposed to be in the match to begin with. It was supposed to be Braun Breaker,
right?
Who was offered the spot, and it was his to have, so he offered it to Duke Hudson. Now, I don't love people who are coming off losses getting title matches, and it just doesn't sit well with me.
I don't when there's no additional story that gets you there. Like there are situations where it's like you've been losing, and they write creative avenues for you to get into that contendership match.
Mm-hmm.
Either a personal thing where somebody calls you out or whatever. That didn't happen here. So
Ricardo says typical Fed, losers getting title shots. Well, that is true. That is true. So here we go. Let's go with our original the thing we always do at the beginning of the show, the SGS comments from Paul Elizabeth. Greetings and happy Tuesday to Team KLX, the sisters, the council, Supermod Luis, Mr. Normus, DeBeard, Alpha Bill, and Mr. SGS himself, Sir J.W. Pringle. J.W. Pringle says Alex the outstanding, Kate the outstanding, Papa Paul Elizabeth the outstanding, Luis the outstanding, Sisters of Cease and outstanding, and all the outstanding SGS. This Tuesday was very Monday for me.
Well, thanks for calling us all outstanding. And hi, Dad.
Jam Beard says, greetings, Sir Papa Paul from the land of maple syrup and snow. Excuse me. Aaron Kubiak says, just sending money because I love y'all. Get well soon, Alex. Let me find my mute button while I keep coughing here.
Do you want me to drive Super Chats tonight?
After this little thing, then yeah, we'll do that. Let me finish up these and we'll go on. Eugene Solis says, get well, Alex. SGS for life. Have a great night, Kate.
Thank you.
I mean, I guess that counts as me having a great night if I get well. But yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm kidding. Taylor Cannon, 20-month member of the Fightful main roster, has hope you'll feel better soon. Hope you're doing well, Kate. SGS for life. Jack the Stripper says, Royal Rumble 2022 is what finally killed my lifelong support of WWE, but it came back during Triple H's reign. Since the result of this year's Mania main event, I am feeling as deflated about the company since the Rumble. This makes me sad. You are not alone in feeling this way. So, yeah.
It's not great. It's really, really not great, especially If you were going to have Cody lose, that's one thing. If you were going to have Cody lose the same way that Roman Reigns loses all his matches, that's one thing. And now he's just kind of fine with it. He's like, oh, well, Roman was the better man. Anyway, my attention has turned to Brock Lesnar, and I talk like this because I'm Cody Rhodes. Just like, it's not working for me. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
No. So Jambeard says Waller gives me too much of 2009, 2010 Mibs vibes, and my hate for that is way more than Alex's hate for Dom. Well, there you go. There you go.
That's a lot of hate.
So Team Porn Horse, I mean, Kiana James and Tiffany's Fallon Henley are backstage. I need the yeehaw bitch. If we have to have, we're hoping to have one chance.
She doesn't want. What did she say? She doesn't want. I forget. Basically called her a whiner. She was like, "I need the yeehaw bitch," and I was like, "You get it, Fallon Henley or Kiana James. You get it. You get the yeehaw bitch on your side." She says, "Me and my man are just fine. Focus, lock it in. Let's go win our tag team titles back."
Yeah. That's what she said. And then they didn't, because only Double Vest, only Briggs was out there for the whole match. And then the Beej runs down with a purse. It is odd that they've decided that the purse is the only weapon that can be used.
It's the winner's purse.
I'm not in the mood. Like it is a
who you think your co-host is.
I know. It's just not like it is the purse. It's been such a long time, but Kiana James used to win a lot of her matches by hitting her opponent when the ref's back was turned with her purse. But it's been a long time since that was like part of her MO. So to bring it back without like reintroducing it seems very odd, because is there a weapon within the purse? No. Couldn't you technically just use a chair or brass knuckles or anything else? Why does it have to be the purse? Anyway, the Beej runs down with the purse and tries to make Fallon Henley use it to win the match. But she screams at him until he gets out of the ring, and then Double Vest is like, "Hey, Beej, what's up with the purse?" And Beej shoves him to the ground. So they're gonna break up two teams for the price of one, and that'll be fun. Maybe we can get like they're gonna turn the Beej to the dark side, and we're gonna get a mixed match challenge feud between these two teams that I don't care about. You can absolutely see that happen. You made that face because you know I'm right.
We're definitely 100%. But now the
definitely
question
getting
is
a mixed match, like what is it? What is it? It's not an intergender tag match.
A mixed tag match.
A mixed tag match. We're getting a mixed tag match.
Here's the thing, Alex.
We're gonna get that at Spring Break again.
The only way we don't get it is because how does Shawn Michaels book a tribute spot to himself to do this? I can't think of a match where that was the case.
Right. I think you're right.
Hey, Alex. If you don't have any swing in your purse, you might need a little something. You might need a little something. And if you are having trouble getting on the porn horse, you're going to want that stamina. I got you back. Bluechew.com code Fightful.
Is your penis soft? Is it difficult to get hard? Do you have issues with sexual performance? Do you have issues with sexual confidence? Bluechew.com code Fightful gives you your first shipment of Bluechew for free. It will help you get a harder, stronger erection. It will make you more confident in your sexual performance. You take an online questionnaire. You work with an online physician. You don't wait in line at the pharmacy. You don't wait in line at the doctor's office. It's prepared and shipped direct in a discreet package. That way, nobody knows that you are getting Bluechew in order to make your penis erect. Bluechew and the code Fightful gets you your first shipment free if you want an erect penis. I'm going to end the ad now.
I was just cackling back there like an idiot because I was so proud of my segue.
I'm sure you were.
This is the most that I'm ever going. You're gonna call me your daughter's name again by accident because I'm just
you're on one tonight. Jambier says,
I'm just the same level I always am. You're just down. So the contrast is.
Jambier says, I don't know. I don't think we can trust Kiana. She seems super weird and super cringe and probably is a dog owner. I don't know what that has to do with anything. We all know dog owners are wonderful people.
Of course they are.
We already knew we were going to break up and I don't know why I didn't see this coming. I should have. We already knew we were going to break up Team Porn Horse, but like,
R.I.P. Team Porn Horse.
All right. We hardly knew ye.
We hardly rode ye.
It's true. But I guess I should have seen it coming. Of course, Brooks Beach is going to be blinded by his love for Kiana and turn his back on his buddy Briggs. Of course they're going to do that too. Of course they are.
I would too. I feel like the heels are completely justified in this. They go snooping around Kiana's office. They jump to conclusions all the time. They make fun of him constantly.
Wow.
Go with the hot chick. What kind of friends are these? They suck.
How about like not doing the story at all anymore? Like, can this be over and then we just move on from it entirely because it was always so bad?
I don't know what you do with Briggs and Jensen as singles competitors. I really don't. No. Somebody said we hardly knew Yeehaw, which is just fantastic.
That's really good. Do not Google Team Porn Horse. Yes,
you're not going to want to do that. There aren't enough parental filters in the world to save you.
Oh yeah, KLR's neck got tweaked nasty and sent on Atomico.
Yeah, something happened where she had to be like super low, and it did not go well.
It says a lot. We're like Team Spooky Scotland is the team I'm rooting for so hard in this thing because the other one is so to me, like I don't know, like go Spooky Scotland forever, I guess,
I don't there's a lot of castles in Scotland, so it makes sense. It's raining there. It's kind of like haunted weather all the time. I'm gonna read some super chats and some puns.
Read this one first.
I will. I was going to. I always laugh when you say double vested Beach's real names. For like 8 months, I truly believe that they're actually double vest and the Beach. God bless y'all. Yeah, of course you did, because that's their freaking names. Brooks and Jensen are their pen names that they write horse books under. Jam Beard saying Alex search hashtag Beach prawn. Nope, we're not going to do that. But I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to read some more of your super chats and humper chats, including your weather puns. Orion Ben 666 saying, to cheer up Kate, Franchi Cordero leads the Yanks in RBIs with 10. To cheer up Alex, the Bucks should cakewalk for a bit. Pun, the golf ball size hail. Very good. That's a very good one. Matt Reichel saying, was busy watching baseball all night. Woo-hoo. It's my happy place. Mine too, buddy. But I'm here to support my SGS, and Kate is the best. Kate number one. Well, thank you so much. Your weather puns. The pollock count makes me drag a chew. Dragon a chew. Very good. Fallon, who rules, says it's come Tuesday again, and I'm still confused what happens with NXT. Easy weather puns? Tony Storm and James Storm. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
Chris Mueller, IT specialist at BleacherReport.com, says spring solstice Ruca, which is very good. I like that quite a bit. I was thinking adrenaline in my soul earlier. Ricardo saying Hurricane Shane Helms. Very good. There's some obvious ones here, not going to lie.
Yeah. No.
Jam Beard from Bonkers LFC. I love it. Windy Chew. I love when people send in other ones on behalf of people. Eddie Deven saying Glacier. To Electric Mayhem saying Typhoon.
Obviously.
Mick Foley Catheter.
I guess that's sickness puns, which is fine as well. Just throw those out.
Valley saying meningitis, hakuing cough. 1LT photo hepatitis O'Neal.
Oh wow, that's
rough for him, but a great
very funny.
Jam Beard, Okana the Rainmaker, very good. Jam Beard also Lady Frost and the old WCW tag team Fyre and Ice, very nice. T Electric Mayhem saying, where are we? Oh, T Electric Mayhem, Trish Stratus, Maria Cumulus, Cyrus the Virus. Very nice. Very nice. Jam Beard saying Lance Storm. My dad saying Maximum Weather Models. Very good. T Electric Mayhem, Harlem Heat. They ice, cold for some reason.
Yeah. That's good.
And that's where we're at. Back to you.
Michael Dammit says that why aren't they called the Dawn of Fire? Because that would be too cool a nickname. Apparently they're called the Unholy Union.
That just makes them sound like they had sex.
Dawn of Fire is a great name for them.
Dawn of Fire rules.
That's awesome. Dawn of Fire is great. You know what I mean? You get back to doing.
Makes it sound like, oh, did you hear she had a wedlock? If you do the math, they got married 7 months ago, and she's already pregnant.
Let's get back to tag teams having tag team names in WWE.
Let's get back to that.
Yeah, like as many of them as possible, because I always love that. And not just like we are the Viking Raiders or the Brawling Brutes. Like when it's a name that evokes, like it's a noun. The Dawn of Fire is great. That's great.
I love Fight Night. I thought that was such a good name, and then they changed it.
Yep.
This is really good. CO saying Tetanus Team 2000. Anybody who is just like committed to making me pop with Techno Team 2000.
Noam Dar is back.
Yeah, he is.
I am Noam Dar, and I'm the greatest. He's great. I love him. Oh yeah, sure, folks. He's great. He's awesome. And they have so many of these little dudes whose thing it is to like break your small joints. And it does feel like you can easily get lost in the shuffle. But
I guess, but they're all my favorite dudes, so I don't care.
They're great. I worry for them just like becoming at least they're doing a really good work of like, okay, this is the Heritage Cup, this is what it means, this is why it's cool. I'm the only 2-time Heritage Cup winner. I brought its rules here, and they're making him feel like a big deal, and that's good to start with. I just worry about what his positioning is going to be in 6 months, because we just know
I, but now I have a conspiracy theory.
Oh,
and you're sick, so we don't have to call scripts in for it. But
let's please not do that.
My new conspiracy theory is if we hear things like local medical facility and not hospital on Raw, that means Vince is back. And I think they had like a shootout, like in the Wild Wild West, and they both shot their guns in the air. But the truth was Triple H is coming back to NXT, and he's going to take all the good dudes and he's going to slowly transition it into black and gold. And then our Tuesdays are going to be great.
I hope.
That's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Just like Round Mars.
There's a Duke Hudson MVP ceremony where they give him the world's biggest bowling trophy.
Yeah, they do.
And Braun Breaker interrupts it. And he says, Duke, I think you should have the spot in the 4-way. And then he shakes Duke's hand. And then as he's getting out of the ring, he jumps back in and spears Andre Chase. And I think what we're supposed to think happened is that Andre Chase pushed Duke Hudson out of the way to take the spear himself. And if that is what happened, offering this guy your spot in the Fatal 4-way, and then immediately trying to spear him, I don't understand. Braun Breaker having a first feud with Chase U stinks. I want no part of it. I don't want anything to do with this. I was actually really excited. If you're gonna keep Braun in NXT, I think he's ready to be on the main roster. If you're gonna keep him in NXT, I'm all for this heel shtick. But just say it, him
it just
declaring.
Also makes no sense, Alex. If I was like, here is this piece of a trophy from when I won a batting title when I was 11. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just lost it to me. And I was like, all right, well, here's a 25% chance to get it back. And you're so upset that you're being a complete asshole about the fact that you lost it. And I'm like, it's just the top of a batting trophy. Heavy as the head. Why would you be like, I'm so mad I lost that thing. I'm going to give away any chance I had at winning it. Makes absolutely no sense.
No sense. Makes no sense. I don't. Yes, it's just true. Thea would have taken out Braun, should have let her go. Nobody was holding her back, but they should have had her jump on Braun's back or something.
That would have been fun.
That would have been really good. Why, man? There.
I'm so mad I lost this thing. I'm gonna give my chance up to.
But there's a perfect thing of Braun cutting the promo of this. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but it was intriguing to me on a possible level of the NXT title has been cursed for me. It ultimately brought me nothing but pain. My dad was kidnapped. Remember that? That was weird. I lost trying to get it back from Dolph Ziggler at a pay-per-view and won it back the next night on Raw, and I haven't been back on Raw since. What are we doing? I hate this thing. Also, I don't want to do it because I don't want to wrestle in front of all you pukes in the audience. All right. So he's pissy, right? Again, this really works a lot more and builds a heel character if he lost clean to Carmelo Hayes. That's the big thing you have to remember here. But who's a guy who is all about trying to recenter people? Who's the guy? Tyler Bate. They already had that awesome match for the title when they unified the titles. Tyler Bate can take umbrage with, listen, that title isn't just your title; it's my title. Because when I lost that match to you when we merged the titles, that the NXT UK lineage is in that belt, and I understand that you're frustrated with what happened. Or there's a really great way of you could have Braun severely overreact to being cheated out of his title, but you don't want to actually do anything like that because of the Carmelo Hayes, machinations that would get involved there. But him doing I understand that you're upset with the way you lost the title, but doing what you're doing, which is just attacking anybody he comes into contact with, you could do that way and have Tyler Bate trying to bring him back to earth. I'm just saying, that's just one possibility for Braun Breaker's first heel feud is a babyface Tyler Bate who's trying to get him to not be this wrecking ball and to earn back his title the right way or whatever. And instead they're going to have him interrupt a comedy act's fake MVP trophy ceremony. Like, this is
To
absolutely not what we should do.
give away his title shot.
You know, like,
There's so many
don't know,
reasons
man.
we shouldn't do that.
This is
It
just
makes no sense.
This is just so dumb. eh,
Well, just a heads up. It gets dumber. It gets so much dumber.
It does.
As this
Gigi
episode
Dolan,
goes on.
Gigi Dolan doing the Roderick Strong Memorial. This is the house I grew up in. Doesn't it look awful? I understand this is actually the thing but NXT has milked this for other people in the past, and so to whenever they do it, it doesn't feel authentic, and that's too bad because Gigi Dolan's got a history of domestic violence in her past, growing up with an abusive family, and so it shouldn't feel manipulative, but it does because that's what NXT does, and that's unfortunate. This was a fine. Well, they actually hired like child actors. It looks like,
yes,
or something.
Yeah,
it was interesting the way they did it. But ultimately, Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane will continue in perpetuity, forever and ever.
Jay Beard saying Brock, after he lost the title to Seth, went bonkers and F5'd everyone, including Michael Cole. That's what Braun should be doing.
Yes.
If he lost clean, yeah. Otherwise, I feel like he has a very specific reason to be pissed.
Well, like, I mean, but I'm saying, like, he should say, I want a rematch. And Carlos should say, back of the line, man. I beat you. I'm the champ now. You can earn it. You know what I mean? And then put him in a match tonight to earn it. And he's about to win, but then, you know, Grayson Waller kicks him out of the ring and he doesn't win the match, and he gets pissed off at that too. But you know what? Like, every time he's trying to do it the right way, he can't get back to where he wanted to be. So he starts doing it the wrong way. Wouldn't it be great if there was a authority figure in NXT beyond Shawn Michaels, who doesn't actually have any real authority?
Or like character development instead of like, hey, we flipped a switch and now this guy is a different person. That drives me nuts.
Yeah. Eddie Thorpe beat Javier Bernal, and then afterwards Damon Kemp was standing there watching him. I don't know what this is, but okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this.
David Kemp is back. Like,
David Kemp's back, and you know,
which is good. He's been really good. I'm guessing they gave up on his brother.
I don't know.
It was like 2 years ago now at this point.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago. Anyway, Eddie Thorpe looks good.
Eddie Thorpe looks really good, and I've heard good things about him on the Indies. I'm not all that familiar with his work, but
and so great. I mean, if we're gonna, I mean, I don't know if there's a mileage in a Damon Kemp and Eddie Thorpe tag team, but I mean, sorry, in a feud, but I think there might be mileage in them in a tag team. What do you think? As I drink some water.
Probably, they'll probably do that versus Diamond Mine, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could still do that.
Are they gonna ever call anybody up ever? Or are we just gonna
not
pretend
not
that
ever.
women should have 3 minutes of time a show on the main roster or whatever?
We'll talk more about nobody being called up for no reason later, I guess.
We sure will.
Gallus has decided to pick a fight with Tank Ledger. And then they get confronted by Gacy and GYV. Well, no, the dyad. And I feel so bad for GYV. They requested their release, which has been confirmed, but now apparently has not been
confirmed by us, to be clear.
That they
requested the release, not that it was granted. That was
right, exactly. Yeah. We confirmed that they requested it.
Yes, I believe so.
Because if anyone requests the release, just give it to them. Period. Point blank. I'm sorry.
You now have to work for an admitted and known sex offender is disgusting. And on top of that,
just let them go.
Let them go work Wembley. Let them do it. They probably would end up doing that, right? Let them go work Wembley. That would be incredible. They deserve it. Let them go.
I'm hoping they'll. We wanted to keep you around to do one last, title match.
I'm wondering if it's like, hey, we can't do this to Joe Gacy again. So can you stick around for like one more minute? Is what
maybe
I'm
they'll
hoping.
like jump. Maybe Joe Gacy and Ava Raine will jump them out of the gang when they lose this triple threat tag team match. Maybe
that would be good. That would be fair.
It's Scripps has a promo. It was fun, honestly, seeing them seeing Scripps get kicked in the face when he did a flippy do over the top, over the corner post, but he got kicked in the face when he landed. That's fun and everything, but you can't then have him do a promo of like, "I'm still coming to get you." Like you can't, because no, you did a sneak attack, and Axiom saw it coming and landed his finisher right in your mush and knocked you unconscious. Like after that, you lost the feud, dude. That's it. There's nowhere to go from there.
Right in your mush is fantastic. I want Scripps featured on our screen for obvious reasons, so I'm gonna let it go. But that was the thing. Is Axiom's kind of at that point where it's like, okay, he didn't win the North American title, and he's really good. So what are you gonna do with him? Because he's not gonna be a world title holder for a while, right? So, that's one that they have to figure out how to put him in something important. I think he would be a great offset to someone. For a tag team too, like if they wanted to do something fun like that. But he's great. So it's tough. It's tough, especially developmental, but it's like, okay, they're not in a title feud, but they're still top of the card guys. What do we do with them? But we got some more puns that came in from Wizard Smoke saying Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich, and the Lightning Kid.
That's good.
And we'll save this next one.
Oh, wow.
We'll save it.
That's it? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a chat that says someone asked me to name 2 structures that hold water. And I said, well, damn.
That's good.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Feel better, Alex. Thanks, Cam Watson. Appreciate you.
Jambeard says WWE going to do the old move they did to FTR to GYV. That's give them the titles to make them stay.
It's just different now.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Vince was a piece of crap.
Right.
It's different when it's like a known admitted sex offender running the company. Like if somebody doesn't want to work for that guy, you have to now let them not work for that guy because that's disgusting.
Yeah. Henry the Casey sent in a sour chat that asked only one can go. Scripps or Dom Mysterio, who do you pick? Dom. I think there is a by far. I think there's value inherent in a flippy do guy wearing a mask. So
I have more fun with Scripps on this show than I do with Shamrock Shake. Shamrock Shake has run his course, ergo I bring Scripps.
Right.
And he's also just kind of actually featured in a way in a place he's supposed to be, where I think they have Dom out kicking his coverage greatly.
Bronchitis breaker. So Tiffany Stratton defeated Sol Ruca.
Yes, I did.
They did a lot to make you go, oh, this is something. Remember this one for later.
We're the future.
There's a lot to look forward to in the future of women's wrestling and WWE. Like I said, a while ago, we look at Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair as the future of women's wrestling. They're the present.
Yeah, they're the
Like-
right now.
Like Charlotte Flair has, I don't know how many title wins under her belt at this point,
14?
and losses. 14.
I think 14.
So like that's, she doesn't have another 14 in her. She's at the tail end of her career. So we think of them as the present, and they are, yes, they're the present, but they're also like the older generation that everyone. So the future of women's wrestling is in NXT, and it is very
and that's
bright.
a good thing, because it means you've built up so much equity in the 4 horsewomen that they don't need to be holding the title to feel like an incredibly important piece of the roster. That's actually a very, very good thing. And you can use them for transitional title reigns and things like that. But Rhea and Bianca are definitely the now. They literally both have the titles, so that's a good place. I mean, looking at what Charlotte and Rhea did, it's definitely not like we're saying Charlotte's past her prime.
No.
She's incredible.
No.
But it's just they'll get Charlotte to 16 or 17, right? And they'll call it.
What I'm saying is that you have people who are Charlotte, not Becky and Bayley, but there's a certain kind of thing of like, let's not gatekeep the current generation of women,
right?
So that they don't have the accolades that they should when they are in their early to mid 30s, because we had to keep the people who were on top before they came up. We had to keep them on top, and then these girls coming up behind them, like, yeah, there should be a cycling through. And the thing of it is that the people who are not past their prime, but have more title reigns in their past than they do in their future.
Yes.
Those people are always going to be there to have great matches with, but probably shouldn't be having the bulk of the title reigns, because we can move through that quickly. Yeah, there's just some really great stuff here between Sol Ruca and Tiffany Stratton. Sol Ruca's got a lot to improve, but she's so athletic and can do so many great things.
And so far ahead for where she hypothetically should be, considering how new she is to wrestling. Same with Tiffany Stratton, right? I mean,
and Tiffany Stratton is it.
Same with me. She's
it. Like she's ready now. Like if you said, all right, every like half of the women on the main roster got injured, we got to bring up people. Like if you brought up Tiffany Stratton, she'd be ready now. She's it.
Do you feel like the current NXT Women's Champion is like the third most important woman on the show? Because I do.
I don't even think she's that high.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Like, that's a bad thing to do to Indy Hartwell.
She wasn't on the show tonight.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I mean, positioned like certainly Tiffany, Roxanne, right? Certainly. Cora Jade, I would argue, they view as more important on the show than Indy Hartwell.
They do view her that way, don't they?
Like Zoe Stark, I would say, is on equal footing. Like Indy, like having her first title match last week, barely scraping by the skin of her teeth, and then getting attacked by Cora Jade afterwards, and never showing up the week after. Doesn't speak. That was the thing that I was worried about. I was like, I love Indy, but I don't know what you do with an Indy Hartwell reign. And it appears that they don't know what to do with an Indy Hartwell reign either, and that's not great. Valkyria's higher than Indy Hartwell, perhaps. Like depending on what they're doing with them right now, Gigi and JJ. Like it feels like Indy...
like this is your developmental. Like there are times when CM Punk was going to feel more important than the title at points when he came back, right? Like there's moments where there's like you have lightning in a bottle with someone where they don't need the title right now. This is like you poorly planned out your title reign. Like you have made her feel less important, not somebody else has made themselves feel more important. But this match was great. I did great in it.
You did. Yeah.
I'm a really special wrestler. Thank you.
Indy getting the big E treatment for shame. HBK. Horrible booking kid again. Rears his ugly head. Jambeard saying Tiffany on the main has potential to be the next Mercedes Moné in both presentation and ability. I think everyone says, oh, she's tall and she's blonde. She's Charlotte. But I feel like there's a lot there to compare her to just the character wise and the way she moves in the ring, to compare her to Mercedes in a lot of ways.
I'd say in ring wise, the boss felt like something very different to me. A little more flashy, star-ish.
Yeah,
she feels a little bit more daddy's brat, right?
Right, but there's,
or should I say,
a very
I'm just really humble. I can't handle the comparison.
A very simple tweak you can make to it to go from comedy brat to arrogant champion.
Oh, sure. I don't feel like they will is my thing, I guess. But,
right.
But yeah. I agree with you. She could very easily.
They did an interview with the Diamond Mine. Ivy Nile has put Tatum Paxley in her past. And again, I say, you broke up a tag team to do a one-off match. Why did we do that? Like,
I just can't imagine being like, okay, we have this belt. What should we do? Let's make it as difficult as possible for anybody to compete for it. What are you doing? You have 3 tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is holding the titles. The other just broke up, basically, right?
Basically, yeah.
R.I.P. Prawn Horse.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Casey and Kaden who are just hanging out because there's no division and anybody else for them to fight.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Photo says Bianca Belair quality. It's Electric Mayhem says Tyler Gust. Tom LaValle is saying bronchitis break occur, which I think we already have, but really good.
Creeds want the tag titles are coming for Gallus, I guess.
Yeah, they are. Corey J did a really medium promo for referencing CM Punk. Come on.
I missed the CM Punk reference. I missed it. I didn't hear what she said.
She opened it by saying, "Do I have everyone's attention now? And if you do that, you gotta bring some heat." But she mostly was like, "Girl on the roster, you're not very good. Other girl on the roster, you're a surfer and not very good." Like, there was no fire. Like, I don't get it at all with this.
Like she would do stuff. The one that I remembered was that with Tiffany Stratton, where she was like, "Tiffany, you're great and you're really, really good and everything, but hate to break it to you, but I run things around here." That's not a refuting of anything. Like, you're not.
No, and since when do you run things around here? You just got back here 10 minutes ago and you have no wins.
Yeah.
I did. A lot of people were like praising this. And then to have Lyra Valkyria come out and be like, "You may be the pinnacle" on the microphone. I was like, not from that promo, man. This was not. If you're going to undress an entire locker room, you better freaking undress an entire locker room verbally real, real bad. Like, you better tear down, you better hit the insides of every single competitor that you're speaking about emotionally, like just destroying them to their core. Because this would, otherwise she was just like, this is my place.
Yeah. She also straight up lied. They had her lie. And I
laughed out loud at that
when she was like, Roxanne, so I made you a star. the second that what did she say? That NXT Tag Team Championship hit your back. And again, now you're not allowed to call it a belt anymore. Alarm bells are ringing. That's a Vince thing. So
that's a big Vince thing.
The calling it a championship is just so fucking stupid. But
or that you can only call it one thing.
You didn't hit her in the
No,
back
you hit her with a
belt.
tiny particle board skateboard.
You hit her with the world's most teeny tiny skateboard, and it exploded in midair before it ever made contact with her. It's the most unintentionally funny. It's the most unintentionally funny heel turn in the history of the business. The fact that you brought it up now and then try to like retcon it and like I hit you with a title belt. No, you fucking didn't. You hit her with a goddamn. Oh, it was so bad.
Because it's not like she was like, I hit you with a tag team championship. And you were like, no, you didn't. You hit her with a singles championship. The thing you actually hit her with was a teeny tiny baby particle board skateboard that fell apart before you made contact with her. It's burned into my brain as one of the funniest things I've ever seen in wrestling. And also, I keep thinking about her throwing the title into the garbage that fell upon that paint tray. Remember?
She hit with the belt first, then the skateboard? I don't remember that shit at all. I just remember the skateboard.
Oh, yeah, no, I just remember the skateboard.
I remember the skateboard. And the fact that it went, she brought it back to hit it, and it went flee in different. Oh, it's so hilarious.
Now I'm mad she did hit her with the belt because it was so good.
Oh man,
I have not bought her as a face for a second. There was one promo where she was, but it was pre-recorded and it was something like this.
Yeah.
But she's not. She had her black kendo stick and then was like walking around with Dabba-Kato at a house show, and now she has a face framing highlight and is. I mean, just the temperature was 75 today here in New Jersey, and that's about as hot as this promo was. Like it was just not great.
Yeah. Jim Beard says HBK hate tags team like Vince does. Look at his past tag partners: Marty, Diesel, HHH. It's true.
The HHH.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna get Valkyria versus Cora, and Cora's gonna win and move on. Probably.
Yep.
Wesley interview got interrupted by Gulak and Dempsey. Evie Devon says, I'll say it over and over, Wesley's a treasure.
He is.
So Charlie Dempsey versus Wesley next week.
Charlie Dempsey giving a Jim Cornette promo. He was like, get out of here with your flippy do BS.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
Basically.
It was a weird one.
So this Von Wagner Ilya Dragunov match, where Von will like challenge Dragunov to the match.
Wait, Von who? Because according to our puns from Jam Beard, he's Vern Weather.
Yeah, very good. Very good. He then Robert Stone last week says, okay, Von, I'll get you this match, but if you lose, we're through. It's over. I'm walking away. So of course Von Wagner loses to Ilya Dragunov because not even HBK is that stupid. So Ilya Dragunov beats Von Wagner. And then Robert Stone makes this face.
How are you shocked he lost? He loses all the time.
But not even shocked. It was like he is shocked that Von Wagner chose to lose. Therefore, like it looked like how are you? It wasn't you made the stipulation. You did it. Not Von didn't say, if I lose, then we're through. You got to help me win. You said, if you lose, then we're through. You had to be preparing for the eventuality that this might occur. And the idea that you would be that shocked by it is really, really funny.
Yeah, but it was
really,
the intentionality, really Alex, because he was like, you could not. he would have to pay me to be his wrestling manager. His track record is so bad.
Yeah, it's true.
He's not a good wrestling manager.
And then Ilya got confronted by Dijak. And Dijak is he's just silly. He's just this side of too silly in this gimmick. It's almost a parody of itself. But he comes in with his ridiculous glasses and his big long leather trench coat, and he comes into the ring. He says, "You say pain makes you feel alive? Well, I'm going to make you immortal." And I was like, "Great! That is a wonderful Arnold / Stallone line from an '80s movie."
Oh,
which
yeah,
is what you are ripping off, and this will be fun. Ilya versus Dijak will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well.
So let's do that. I like this one from Jam Beard. RVD and the 5-star fog splash. That's good.
That's very good.
Hank Walker is apparently friends with Tank Ledger.
You could tell me they were second cousins, and I believe you.
Yeah. Then Tank Ledger goes down to the ring. He's unfortunately doing the thing that I don't see very often anymore, thank God, which is one full leg of tights and one like not, and which just never looks good.
No, it looks like you got caught in a trash compactor. It's very weird.
The way he comes down to the ring, he's obviously got a lot of pizzazz, which I don't think I would expect from the NIL. He does. He's got a lot of pizzazz.
Even sick, Alex Pulowski. Even when you're sick, pizzazz.
He's got a lot of pizzazz. But he gets down, he gets to the ring, and I wouldn't expect this from an NIL signing. Usually those guys are devoid of personality because they've been dumb jocks their whole life. Correct. And they haven't like learned how to develop it yet. But no, this guy's like, he's got it. Like, it's like there's something about him immediately, like, oh, okay, this guy feels like a professional wrestler. Maybe he's got a professional wrestler because he's got pizzazz. He's a professional wrestler. He does feel like an old, like 90s like guy you would bring in to get his ass handed to him by a guy on WCW Saturday Night.
Yes.
He just feels exactly like that guy. And I realize why it is, because with the top knot and the little goatee and this build and the way he was moving around the ring and his persona as he entered, this is a very unfortunate comparison to make at this point, but it's humorous. He absolutely reminded me so much of Hugh Morris, who then was Bill DeMott, who was a trainer who got fired because he was not a good trainer.
An abusive piece of shit.
Yeah, yes, awful. Just an awful person. But Hugh Morris, like when I say like a guy who you come in to feed to the main event guy, that's who Hugh Morris was. Like he's the guy who lost to Bill Goldberg in Bill Goldberg's first ever match in WCW, which I watched live on television. And I was like, this guy Goldberg's got something. And then like months later, it was like, he's 174-0. I was like, I question your math skills, but
yeah, he's got something, and it is a fabricated streak.
But there's something about him that I think is worthwhile. He held his own against Joe Coffey, but Joe Coffey got the victory. Had to do 2 of his big discus clotheslines, so they were trying to protect this. They've obviously got something, they think, in Tank Ledger. I'm as impressed as I possibly could be, having known nothing about this guy prior to tonight.
I did not. I was told he was on. He was very good. How come nobody in Gallus, they don't have a move called the cup of coffee, do they? Or a cup of Joe?
No.
That's just upsetting. When there's a pun right there and you don't go for it, that's a bummer. Hey, you know what else has pizzazz?
What's that?
Fightfulselect.com, Alex.
Mm.
Fightfulselect.com, where guess what is getting posted tomorrow?
What's that?
CM Punk news.
Oh, wow.
Along with so much other stuff. More contract news. Details about Brian Cage re-signing. Details about Billy Stark signing in AEW. All sorts of stuff coming out of WrestleMania weekend. Stay up to date on that Drew McIntyre contract news, because that got a lot more interesting with Wembley Stadium being on the table. So much of that and more. Plus, you get Alex and I behind the paywall every Monday doing our Raw review. You get it at SmackDown, an AEW Rampage watch along most Fridays with Alex, except for when Rampage is on at like 4 p.m. or 2 a.m., whatever they choose to do with that. And we also will be reviewing pretty much every pay-per-view post-show that's not like NWA or something stupid behind the paywall, as well as the list of your boy goes on. You get Sean's Q&As over there. You get a lot of bonus streams too, just like breaking news streams. You get some reckless speculation streams. So a whole lot of pizzazz happening there behind the paywall at FightfulSelect.com. Subscribe for $5 with your credit card or someone else's. Sean doesn't really care. Identity theft is cool by him.
Yep.
He's fine with it.
Yeah.
Jamboree saying I called it like a month or so ago. We need that Hank and Tank connection.
Yeah. That'll be fun. So over the weekend, this is so dumb. I wish it wasn't dumb because I was really excited about the possibility of it being not dumb.
Guess what though?
Tony D getting back to his roots, back to basics.
Beating ass in the parking lot.
Just attacking two guys coming out of a building with lead pipes and throwing one of them in a trunk and speeding off. That's what they did to Pretty Deadly.
Hire Dan Barry.
Anyway. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And it's not. Like if you drive off with a guy in your trunk and then you just let him out later, like I don't understand what that is. Because
they weren't letting him out at the docks to interrogate him.
Like they didn't do anything to Yes Boy 2. They left Yes Boy 1 in a puddle of spilled coffee and urine, and they sped off with Yes Boy 2 in the trunk of the car. But then later, Yes Boy 1 and 2 came back to exact revenge on them for that by beating them up, and then they used like a box cutter to slice up Stax's leather jacket, and also Tony's hat.
I like.
So it was like, I don't understand. If you're gonna kidnap a guy. Don't just kidnap a guy and then let him go. That's not how it works.
I mean, that's what they did with Steiner. Just kind of. He just kind of left when he felt like it.
But see, remember how like Tony D kidnapped Lash Legend's producer from Lashing Out?
I was going to say, maybe it turns out that Pretty Deadly was on the set of Lashing Out.
I'm just saying, like, you know, he actually killed a guy. And I thought he was going to go back to that, you know. Like the Yes Boy 1, hot on the trail of Yes Boy 2. Like doing a little like Sherlock Holmes thing would have been really fun. You know what I mean? Like, but no, they just let him out and he went and found his buddy and then they came in and ruined their really fancy Italian wear.
Remember what were the Rascals when they changed their name when they came over to NXT before Nash got released?
There was MX something. Remember, like it didn't MSK. Right?
MSK. Remember when they sent them on some We Get High journey?
Yes.
They should have made it. It should have been paced like that, but not done like that. Like it should have been one of the aspects, like the Fashion Files. Like you should have been investigating with all of his silliness.
Yeah.
And he should have been doing it all in the Harlem dry heat.
Very good. So anyway, that all happens after this thing, which we'll probably talk more about than this. Roxanne just wanders into the break room.
The break room.
And Tony D goes, "How you doing?"
He says, "Hey, how you doing?" in the most perfect, perfect intonation.
Right.
Oh, Tony.
And they're talking with her, and then she gets walked up on by Zoe Stark. Who I guess makes fun of her anxiety or something. I don't know. And then Tony D is going to say something mean to Zoe Stark, and then the Yes Boys jump them. And my question is, what? Why?
That is a really good question.
How?
Like
Roxanne Perez loses that ladder match because you're pulling her up. That's the only reason. Unless you have Tiffany Stratton win it, and then you have Roxanne Chase. Having Indy Hartwell win it and having no plans to make Indy Hartwell feel special at all after she's the champion, and Roxanne just is hanging out on NXT to feud with Zoe Stark for no reason.
Do you think she's going to get drafted and they were like, guess we have to use her while she's around? This was so weird. Also, I appreciate two mob killers being like, hey, anxiety issues are real though.
Yeah, that's
true. And Lacey Evans did for us.
Yeah.
This was so weird and dumb. Like, I don't, it's inexcusable. I don't understand what the hell you're doing. And neither do they. That's where I start to not like things. I like it when I don't know what's going on. I don't like it when you don't know what's going on. And it is, I can smell that from the performance center to here.
Jane Beard says the reason that Yes Boy 2
She's just a loser with anxiety now. Sorry, go ahead.
The reason Yes Boy 2 was set free unhurt was because Tony didn't kidnap him from the NXT parking lot.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's true. So we got a contender Federal 4-Way Dragon Lee versus JD McDonagh versus Grayson Waller versus Duke Hudson. And I said this to you and Luis in our little group chat. They've ruined this match for me. I don't care how good it is, and it was a great match.
It was a really great match.
There's only one guy I really want to win it. Because as much as I love Duke Hudson, him with this gimmick, they're never going to take him seriously enough in a title match to actually do anything with him. They're not going to Duke Hudson being Duke Hudson and not like he's got all this other stuff hanging over him with the whole.
Yeah, but there's a story there of like he's the MVP, he wins the title shot. Like when he's the guy that's doing all the work, why does he need the rest of the university? Is a good story.
Right, but that's like it's all extraneous. Like I just want Duke Hudson to have a title shot. I don't want Duke Hudson to like have a title shot while also deciding whether or not he will run away from Braun Breaker saving the Chase U flag or his MVP trophy. He saved the MVP trophy and Braun Breaker tore the Chase U flag in half. So I don't need Duke Hudson like doing all everything else while he's having I want Duke Hudson to have a title match where it could just be a title match and not all this other crap on top of it. A hat on a hat on a hat on a hat. Don't need that. So the only guy in this match I wanted to see win was Dragon Lee, and I thought he was the least possible guy for them to do it with. The guy who
I thought it was a possibility because you could have somebody cost him, and there could be a really fun. Like if Carmelo is a face, but all of his stuff has been built on respect in the promo we got earlier, I was like, oh, I didn't think that was the way they were going to go. I figured they were going the way they ended up going. But I was like, oh, maybe they do a cool thing where it's like face versus face and then McDonagh costs Dragon Lee. Like, you just showed up here. What are you doing? I can't even, whatever. That was, I don't know what that accent was. But I was like, you could hypothetically do that. I didn't think they were gonna, but they could have. I thought Duke Hudson might have actually gone over here. I assumed it was going to be Grayson Waller that won, but I thought there was a possibility that Duke Hudson was over.
I knew it was going to be Grayson Waller from the beginning because they're never
Because of course it was.
They're never going to do the work with Grayson Waller they need to do to make him seem important for real.
No, but him winning a contendership versus just getting a title shot is the saddest step in the right direction.
Sure.
Because he won the Iron Survivor thing, right? He could be like Mr. Contendership guy. I'm not saying it's
I
good.
forgot about that awful Iron Survivor bullshit. I forgot about that.
It wasn't awful though. That was the thing. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but like it locked its ass into that after like Shawn Michaels coming out and like, all right, here's a 15-minute speech about the rules about the Iron Survivor Challenge. That's what I remember the most. But
it was a good match and it made sense. We were like disappointed that it went well.
It was a great match. And I don't care. I don't care about Grayson Waller. I don't. Like, you put him in big matches over and over again and he loses them. And then he insists upon himself enough that you put him in another spot to steal a pinfall from Dragon Lee and get a victory that way. Like, and now he's in the match with Carmelo Hayes, and they're probably gonna keep Braun busy with Chase U, and then they're gonna do Braun versus Carmelo 2 at Battleground.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I just don't even like. I don't know, like, what. You gotta start putting over Grayson Waller in the spots that he talks himself into a match, and then you never book him to win it. Like he just, and then you're like, okay, again, we'll do it again. Like, at some point, we just don't take the guy seriously anymore.
Well, because it also makes all of his promos lies.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's my thing too. Because oh no, I got a freaking nosebleed. Perfect.
Oh
right. No. Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
thought
time to
that
go
was
home.
Brewing. There you go.
Alex, it's not that important. We'll do.
You read puns or you do things.
All right, Harlem Dry Heat. That was the main event. We're gonna let Alex set out of karaoke for tonight, but there's a lot of Tiffany ones here, so I will do those, and Alex can be either on or off screen as Scripts or himself and choose to do whatever he wants to do. But I will do all my Tiffany ones, and then we can circle back for Papa Halowski, or we'll save it for a rainy day. Tiffany Stratton sings Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys. Brass Monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey junkie, that funky monkey brass. Got this dance that's more than real. Drink brass monkey. Here. I'm sorry. Here's how you feel. Put your left leg down, your right leg up, tilt your head back. Let's finish the cup. MCA with the bottle. T rocks the can. Ad Rock gets nice with Charlie Shan. I don't know my Beastie Boys and Tiffany Stratton's voice. I apologize. This is a weird day. Robert Mulway. We don't Javas. Wherever we go, we bring the monkey with us. Ad Rock drinks 3. Mike D is D. Dollar foots the bill, most definitely. I drink Brass Monkey, and I rock well. I got Castle in Brooklyn. That's where I dwell. Toodles. I don't know why. It's so much more intimidating when Alex is off screen. That's not saying, hey, come back on here with your nosebleed. But I'm just saying it's different and it's weird. Jambeard saying Alex with his inner roads by getting some color. He is John Moxley over there. Yikes. Tiffany just saying, I'm afraid by Britney. I'm afraid of Britney Spears. Oh, Lord. Okay. I only just turned 15. I'm filled with hopes and dreams. I turn my radio on and I hear the strangest song. I'm afraid of Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC? I don't know what to think. Ahoo. It's the slick way they dress. I heard they all have fake breasts. One thing I'll do if I can is go on Britney's bus and get a tan. They dance like they need a cure. Let's get the number of their choreographer. They're so worried about what we'll think. They took time to learn to lip sync. Milli Vanilli, Milli Vanilli, Milli Vanilli, Milli Vanilli, Tiffany Epiphany, Tiffany Epiphany, Toodles.
Very good.
She also had a good one at a backstage earlier where they were, Mackenzie Mitchell goes, oh, are you having a Tiffany Epiphany? And she goes, ew. It was real good.
That's
Alex,
fine.
you don't have to be on screen with your bloody nose.
No, I mean, that's fine. I like it. It's good.
Tiffany sings the 1985. He's a really cool guy. He's got a cool shirt. He's got cool shoes. Did I mention the shirt? If you ever get a chance to cancel these ad blocks, pop-up blockers. If you ever got a chance to meet with him, you know why I want to be him. He walks into a room and everyone respects him. He reads the news and doesn't let that shit affect him. He's really happy. He's thrilled to be alive. His name is Any White Guy in 1985. Toodles!
Very good.
Thank you. I have a gift.
Huh?
Louise got
That
the
was the
wrong
wrong
one. I had a feeling
That's
it was Bruce Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie and music still on MTV. These two kids in high school, they'll tell you that she's uncool, but she's still preoccupied with 1985. That was off the top of my head. I have a gift.
Wow. Very good.
Tonight's Joe Hendry theme, Bohemian Rhapsody. As, of course, Tiffany Stratton. Is this the real life? Is this just Joe Hendry? Live at the Hydro, you are now witnessing history. Open your eyes, look to the skies and dream. I'm just a poor butch with high hopes and bigger dreams. Because Hendry's big, Hendry's tall. Hendry won't do drugs or alcohol. Any way the wind blows, the only thing that matters is Hendry. Joe Hendry. Mama, I'll kill this man. Because I can wrestle like I can sing. While he just shows his booty in the ring. Wee man, ooh, I'll make you cry. You'll both wish you'd never been born at all. Sexy guitar solo. Toodles. Many Men by 50 Cent is questionable at best. And I don't really want to do this after the events of this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to skip that one. You can send in another one, though. Sorry, Chi-Town Spurs. There's just too much violence in the news for me to do that one this week. Tiffany sings the new Burger King Whopper jingle.
Sounds good.
Whopper, Whopper, Whopper. Whopper. Duder double triple Whopper. Flame grilled taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup. It's okay if I don't want that. Impossible or bacon Whopper? Any Whopper my way. Toodles. If I had more than one impression, I'd be killing it right now.
It's true. It's true.
Tiffany to sing Peaches by Jack Black, not Millions of Peaches.
No, it's a different Peaches. It's from the Mario movie.
In the Mario game?
Yeah.
Or movie? which
Yeah,
you
the
can
new one.
watch on our review of the 1993 one on Know Your News.
Nobody should do that though.
I mean, you should watch the review, but don't watch the movie. The movie's
Yeah, don't watch the movie.
Okay.
Watch the
the
review.
review.
It's fun.
Movie's real bad. This one is for my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're going to rule. Peach, understand. I'm going to love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Toodles.
Very good.
I like that I just get to say toodles when I'm giving up.
Yeah.
Like, and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Salazar said, I wish Fightful had a performance center to prevent this type of bleeding.
That's true.
Another weather pun. Kelvin Owens. Bam Bam Barometer. And Chief J Strong wins. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Watson. I'm a big Lamb of God fan, actually. So I will sing Memento Mori for you. I used to DJ. Well, I don't think I ever DJ'd. I worked at a college radio station that was a metal station. And I was at Seton Hall. So it was a Catholic university. And we had to call them LOG because it was against the university to say Lamb of God. Fun facts. All right. By the darkest river beneath the leafless trees, I think I'm drowning. This dream is killing me. Wake up, wake up, wake up in the coldest winter. Between the fading lights, I feel I'm falling into a frozen sky. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Past the blackest heaven. Above the dying stars, I watch me breaking into a million shards. Wake up, wake up, wake up. But through the hardest hour, below the cruelest sign, I know I'm waking up from this wretched lie. Wake up, wake up. Wake up. Toodles. It makes me think of Laid to Rest. Destroy yourself. You're better alone. Destroy yourself. Oh, that's an Alex one. If Alex has it in him. I'll pinch hit on this one because they said Nathan Fraser or Tiffany Stratton. Pinch hitting, hitting for Nathan Fraser. I'm not. Dale Astucar. I'm guessing it's Dale, and I'm saying all this wrong. Dale Duracion, Dale Emacion, Dale Corazon, Dale Masazon. Es la era de Azucar. Family and mine, and all of mine can come and whoop ya. With the hipsters and the boozers, the champ is here, and the rest are all losers. La nueva cara y el rey de las luchas. Dale, dale, dale más. Dale, dale más Azucar. Toodles. That's all you got.
It's good.
Alex.
Yeah.
Do you have it in you?
I do.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
You're going to close out with 2?
Yeah. Hold on. All right. So this one is Tyrus's theme song. Is sung by Pop Popolowski. It's the Funkasaurus theme song. Here we go. Somebody call me mama. It's about to get funky up in here now. Saying, yeah. Somebody call me mama. Somebody call my mama. Will somebody please call my mama? Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. Will somebody please call my mama? What you say now? What you got? What you got for me? Funk is on a roll. Got to let it flow. Make your body go. Trust me, girl. I know funk is on a roll. You got to let it flow. Make your body go. Trust me, girl. I know funk is on a roll. You got to let it flow. Make your body go. Trust me, girl. Somebody call my mama. What?
Mama Pulowski.
All right. And then finally,
This one I
Bobby
figured
said-
you'd be able to do because it doesn't require a lot of energy. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Here we go. Everything is awesome from the Lego movie. As sung by Darby Allin. Here we go. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living out a dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I are going to win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same. I'm like you. You're like me, Malachi Black. We're working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living out a dream. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good because everything's awesome. Lost my job. There's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later, wash off the frosting, smell like a blossom. Everything is awesome. Malachi Black. There you go. That's good.
He's in a world title picture feud, and it'll just always be Malachi Black.
Yeah, no, it's always going to be that.
It's a frozen moment in time, and I love it.
It is. It is. It is indeed. It is that. Jambeard says, Alex with the blood, sweat, and sour, he will rant for all your dreams.
It's true.
And Matthew Plus says, oh my God, you're still streaming, get lives. Man, we're not
I'm
anymore.
sorry, people are just giving us so much money that it's like, oh my God, we have to stay on. You know what I mean? Like how Matthew Plus is giving us money.
All right, that's it. I have nothing else.
All right. I'll just say that everything sucks. And hey, I was allowed to choose a movie again. And it's not a Hallmark movie, but it is the movie Waiting for Guffman, which, spoiler alert, I'm keeping the flick in. But if you want to hear us talk about the delightful mockumentary Waiting for Guffman, which is definitely weird, but good to switch it up a little bit. We'll be talking about it Friday at noon on the Know Your News network. So join us on Know Your News YouTube at 12 o'clock on Friday. We'll be talking about that delightful picture with a song about stools in it.
Perhaps my nosebleed will have stopped by then.
Perhaps.
No promises.
Toodles.
Keep cool, gabagools.